First, you need to find out your net income. So to do that, you need to look at your paycheck. It's not your gross income, it's the number on the bottom. It's after all your deductions have been taken off. It's what we call your take-home pay. Next, we need to find out our annual net income. To do this, you have to take your net income times the number of pay periods per year. This will give you your annual income. Remember that you may have a different number of pay periods than someone else, so make sure you know whether you get paid monthly or bi-weekly. Once you've got your annual income, you'll need to take that and divide it by 12. That will give you your monthly income. If you already get paid per month, then you'll just need to look at that monthly statement and figure out how much your monthly net pay is. The next step is to figure out how much you pay for things like rent and mortgage, utilities, car payment, insurance, credit card bills, TV and phone bill, transportation, personal expenses, and food. Write down the amounts you spend per month and then deduct them from your monthly net income. Keep a record of your spending habits for 2 weeks to see where your money is actually going. You need to write down everything you do. So here's an example for a day. This would be Monday. If you got groceries, you'd write down $34.20. If you bought some stamps, $5.19, and gum, $1.06. I know the gum seems a little ridiculous, but if you buy a pack of gum a week, that could be $5 a month. And if you add that up over the cost of a year, it adds up. Now that you've been tracking it, divide up those spending from the last 2 weeks and put it into the categories from step 2. You'll have to remember that some of these categories will be monthly, like rent and mortgage. You still need to mark those down even though you didn't track it for the 2 weeks. Here's a chart I made up to help you track your spending. You can write down your monthly expenses such as rent, car payment, personal items, your food, utilities, TV and phone, and credit card. If there are any other set monthly payments that you'll need to add, do that as well. Budgets will be different for everyone. When you're doing your budget, you should probably factor in putting some money away for savings or emergency funds. Deduct this from your net income as well. So now you'll need to figure out how much your total monthly expenses are. Take your total monthly net income and deduct your total monthly expenses from it, and you will get a total. If you're not sure how to do this, I did an example for you. If your monthly net income was $2,600 and your expenses were $2,250, you'll subtract that from the $2,600. You would have a positive amount left of $350. So what will you do with this extra money? You can try and put some of it into a savings account. You can go and check with your local branch to see what type of account will work best for you. There are many options and they will be able to give you the best advice. What else can you do with that cash? You can save it for a trip you've always wanted to take, perhaps buy a new couch or start an RRSP. It's never too early to start saving for your retirement. What you shouldn't do is try to spend it on things that you don't really need. Although that may be tempting some of the time, it's better to take your money and spend it on things that really can make a difference. So what happens if your budget does not balance? This means you're spending more than your take-home pay. So you're going to need to adjust or cut down the amounts of your expenses to try and balance your budget. So you're probably wondering how much you should be spending in each category. So to help you out, I've created a monthly expense chart. Housing should probably take 30% or less of your net income from the month, living 20%, transportation 12%, children 10%, savings 10%, medical expenses 8%, recreation, and school and work related both 5%. So you're probably wondering how you take your monthly expenses and turn them into a percentage. Well, you have to take your expense total and divide it by the monthly income, and then you times it by 100. If you're not sure what this means, I've done an example for you. It means if your housing expense was $1,000 per month and your monthly income was $2,800, you would take 1,000 and divide it by 2,800 and you would get 35%. Make sure that your budget can work for you. If something is way too high, you may need to revisit that expenditure and make changes. Drop by your local Dauphin Plains Credit Union branch to see how they can help you save for your future and other advice they have for your financial success. Happy budgeting!